So my brakes, I feel like I heard a sound when I would like press on it and let it go. But like right now, I'm pressing my brake and letting it go, and I don't hear anything. And then driving. I'm not hearing it at all right now. Now I'm hearing a squeak, but that's from the brake, like the actual pedal. I'm thinking like the lever, not the actual brakes. Like right now, brakes don't sound bad at all. And then they work good, and it's not taking a lot of, like, it's not, I don't have to press down far. And I changed my brakes on my last car once, and when I had to change my brakes on that car, I had to change the rotors too. Rollers or whatever they call it. But it was way worse than this. So since they full, I'm not gonna worry about the brakes right now. I'm gonna just take it as if I was being a little mentally worried because I didn't know. And I'm gonna wait till I get a more positive sign of brakes, because the fact that I can't even hear them right now is kind of enough for me to be like, am I really in need of brakes right now, or am I just... Dang it, I need to turn too far back to get in the lane I need to be in. Am I really in need of brakes right now, or am I just, a little paranoid? They're taking too long, I'm gonna jump right in front of them. Thank you. Leave that gap if you want to. I was in the wrong lane, big baby. See, but the difference with me is I was willing to go past my turn. And out here in these streets, it ain't no just go past one block and you look up and you can just make your right turn and get back on track. No, I would have had to go a whole different route just to get to where I was going, and it would have been a longer route just from missing that. Or turn around and do some, weird stuff. But a lot of people leave gaps when they moving up because they take their sweet time. So I just closed into one of them gaps and kept it moving. But yeah, I guess right now I'm on my way up to Domino's to see if my general manager is there so I can talk to her about my schedule. Hoping she's there. I'm hoping I can clear this up real quick, real fast, in a hurry before I even get put on schedule for the next week or so. But honestly, if I'm already put on schedule, I'm gonna let them know that I want to abide by the bigger schedule, because it's easier to move around 20 hours than it is to move around 40 hours to adjust to. Like I literally was scheduled for 4 hours the other day. You gonna tell me not to go to work for 6 or 8 so I can get 4 hours? Where you at? No, move me around. You only give me 3 hours a day, you can move that around, or just don't give me that day. You don't need me that bad if you only need me for 3 hours. Trust me. So, right now I'm about to take them my schedule and see if they want to work with it or not. If they don't want to work with it, then it's as simple as I'm gonna make it tomorrow on time. I'm gonna be able to work tomorrow. Now, after tomorrow, if it's still, I'm not adjusting my schedule from the other job. Like, tomorrow's orientation. So, I told them for orientation, I might have to leave early to go to my next job. My next job is maybe like, my job, Domino's, is like maybe, I would say about 30 minutes to play it safe away from Walmart. I need a good 30 minutes to get so I want a good 40 to 30 minutes. No less than 40 to 30 minutes. So that means I'm leaving by 3:30 to 3:20 tomorrow. Orientation's supposed to be till 5, but I told them I can come to orientation. I can come on time, but I might have to leave early. So that's the way that's gonna be. And he was cool with that. So with that understanding, I'm gonna pop up, pop out. I'm gonna be there on Domino's on time. Now, if they want to part ways from after tomorrow, then I'll take that L of working at a job for 2 weeks maybe and leaving it. Never really had to do that before, but I'm not about to, feel attached to a job just because I started it. I call it not leaving on good terms if y'all won't. See, I get that you're supposed to leave a 2 weeks notice with jobs, but I didn't leave it with my last job because I didn't know 2 weeks in advance. It wasn't for certain. And by the time I knew for certain, I was letting them know. But it only happened to be like 2 days. I was off those 2 days. So, technically they got a 2 days notice. But it was really my last day, the day I told them. Well, before the day I told them. Well, I couldn't even tell them when I wanted to because I had to go somewhere else and But I was big on trying to give out 2 weeks notice, but it's not. I understand now that it's not always plausible to give out a 2 weeks notice. You can't always do it. But one thing I try not to do is not show up and not call and just disappear on jobs. I haven't done that, and I don't intend to ever do that. I tend to keep the communication there, but if I can't make it, I can't make it. I'm not trying to bend over backwards to try to meet your needs when you really don't care about mine. And I feel like jobs often do that. Like, who cares, huh? Especially jobs that, so everybody out the ditch. That situation is not there right now no more. But especially jobs that'll hold you over, and it's like hold it over until said. Like, basically you can be there for extra 10 minutes, 20 minutes, 30 minutes. Like, you don't know when you're gonna be able to leave. And I don't really like that. I see how it's a plus if you want more hours and you don't got enough hours and you're hardworking and you need more money. Yeah, but if you the type of person where you're scheduling things and you don't necessarily need more time, it's actually a burden for you to stay at work longer, then you're just out of luck. Because it's all out of your control. Unless you're going to be the type to put your foot down and say, I'm got to leave at this time, and ignore what they saying, or leave early just to let them know, or just leave on them, which is unlikely. But I started to realize later in life, because I worked at a young age. I worked at an age where you had to go to school, and it was in my mind, like, you had to show up to school. You had to, niggas skip school all the time. Niggas don't show up. Niggas be at home. You never really ain't nobody gonna pull you out your crib and take you to school. And in this world, in today's, you don't really, it's like rules can be broken. But when I was younger, I thought rules always had to be followed. Like, it always had to be applied. I thought all rules, I didn't think all rules was right, but I thought rules was just genuinely always right. They always was like good. That's not the case. Rules are simply, I caught one. I'm getting better. I like his outfit too. I'm sweating. Rules are simply just in place for people. It's not necessarily always 100 legit. But I say that to say, like, what was I saying? Saying something about having to go to work. It's just like people. Basically, it's people out there that go to work an hour late, that would not show up to work, call off sick, all types of stuff. But I lost my train of thought. was I trying to pertain it to? I figure it out. I'm in here sweating bullets. Man, sweating bullets. I need water. I'm gonna dehydrate. Oh my God, I'm gonna dehydrate. I'm sorry. I feel like I had something going. I really had a thought process, but it was in my head, so that means it was easily lost. Skip the giant games. I don't feel like I drank nothing last night. I mean, this morning I had to make sure I had something in my system, man. I can't even play with it. They just did a good little parallel park. They just hit the curve though. We're gonna pull around them. We're gonna get to where I gotta be. Just said, skip how it tastes, skip how I feel about it. I'm gonna finish this bottle of water right now, because I know I need this water in my system. So I drank it all, made sure I drank it all, got that out the way, let my body do what it need with it. And if I want to casually drink some water later on, then I'll do that. But I know I need at least that bottle of water in my system right now. Excuse me. I don't know why I got so close to the camera, burped in the camera and all that, but hey. Yeah, man, like, I used to think, that's what I was saying. I used to think like you couldn't just leave work. You couldn't just go do something. You can walk out on your job and go move to California in the middle of your, like, bro, it was so many times I was driving past Bucharest. Bucharest is where my man's Turtle worked. He worked there, and I was driving the bus. So many times I was on Woodward, which is like a main street right off of Bucharest. Not even just Woodward. I was working this one line called Village Direct. I don't think it was Village Direct. It was something. Mini loop. It was something. And during that loop, you go so close to Bucharest, it don't make no sense. And it's literally like maybe 10 people that drive on that route. Man, I don't think I had nobody on my bus. I was so tempted to order Bucharest, walk down to Bucharest, get my food, and come back to the bus and finish driving. But I'm not the type of person to really do stuff like that. Like, that ain't really me. I wouldn't even, stop even at the end of the line where I got like 20 minutes. I wasn't even really the type to go off route to go get something to eat, even in that sense. Get alone doing my route, just drive off and go get something. No, I wasn't that type of person. But the thoughts have crossed my mind for certain. Yeah, I can't control, some thoughts gonna happen. But I was so tempted to just quit my job and go kick it with D-Lo. Like, what up, nigga? I just quit. I'm supposed to be driving right now. I left the bus on Woodward. I know you at work, but what's up when you get off or something? I don't know, something stupid. I was so tempted to be stupid. It don't make no sense. It don't make no sense. She here, her car here. So I'm gonna see what's up with this. See if I can take the scheduling her to her and see if she can work around it. Let y'all know how this go. But yeah, man, I was just in thoughts. But I never did. But I kind of realized now that I don't know, bro. I was driving yesterday. I was driving, delivering for Domino's. And it was a police officer on the side of, it was like a police officer on the back side of me. And it was two of them. I looked at them. I kept driving, though. I kept getting in my zone because, oh my gosh, it's going to be a long conversation if I finish it. It would be a good story, but do I really want to finish? Damn, dog, what am I tripping for? Look, so I see them on the side of me. And usually when I see the police, I kind of like I was never, when I was younger, the type to be scared of the police. I was never doing nothing wrong. So it's like, it's a police officer, okay. But I was always on foot. I was never driving. So on foot, what they gonna say to, like, in my head, they don't got no reason to, like, why would they say something to me? And if they do, I'm on foot. I'm on foot. You can't give me no ticket on foot. What you gonna do? Take me to jail for what? You did? I ain't gonna prove it. Prove it. What I do? I ain't do nothing. I ain't gonna prove that I did something that I didn't do. I thought it was so crazy to ever, like, get proven guilty of something you didn't do. How are you gonna prove I did something that I didn't do? But in all reality, it happens. And it happens more often than it should. I don't know about it, so I can't speak on it. I've never been in a situation. But you know, in justice systems, outside of justice systems, niggas done proved that I doubled, tripled, traveled on basketball court so many times that I didn't do. They had so many eyewitnesses that seen me travel when it ain't never happened. But that's gonna happen in basketball and getting my pen. That's my pen. I ain't steal your pen. Teachers done proved that you was chewing gum. I don't know, not that, but stuff like that, proving that ain't true or whatever. That happens. But as far as like going to jail for something, I can't speak on that because it ain't necessary. It ain't never happened to me, or I ain't witnessed firsthand it happened to somebody else. So back to what I'm saying is, I seen the two officers. I looked at the officers. I'm like they weren't scary officers. I don't know what their distinct was, but they looked like some nerds. No offense to them, but they looked like some nerds. I'm like, if they didn't have a badge on, I'd just be like, who are you? Like, type thought of them. Like, if they was to try to jump me, I wouldn't be so scared, if you get what I'm saying. If it was two people just giving me the impression that they were gonna jump me, I wouldn't be so scared. I would be glad it's them and not two other people. You get what I'm saying? There's some teenagers, black teenagers, that I would rather not get jumped by than them, you know? Some teenagers younger than me. But I say that to say, I just looked and I scenariozed what could possibly happen, thoughts in my head. And I end up just thinking, I'm like, if they was to pull me over right now, how would I react? I'm at work. I'm not speeding. I'm not doing nothing wrong. I know I'm not doing nothing wrong, but I'm driving a car. And I feel like you kind of lose your sense of freedom when you in a car. I heard stuff like that. But I say that because they can pull you over, whether you did something wrong or not. And at the end of the day, even if you don't get charged for nothing, if you don't get wrong, they're not penalized for pulling you over. They just pulled you over. You just have to sit there and take whatever you had to take. And it's that. As simple as that. But from there on out, it's like the thought, okay, they can pull me over, they can question me, they can stop me while I'm working. But how am I gonna react? And I was just thinking, like, the police can tell you to freeze, tell you to stop, tell you all that. And I was just thinking, like, in all reality, they are just commands from another human being. You can choose not to do what the police says. They can pull that gun out on you and you can keep walking. You can walk away. You can do whatever you choose. Unless they physically restraining you to stop you, you can still do whatever. It's just probably not the best thought to do, but in reality, rules are just rules. They can be broken. Like, I was so in the thought of sense of, oh, if it's a police officer and they tell you to stop, you better stop. If they tell you to be quiet, you better stop talking. If they tell you to stop recording, they tell you to leave this area, you gotta leave this area. Not always the case. And it's been not always the case. Rosa Parks, you know, sitting on the back of the bus. Bus driver told you that, boy, they had the rule no eating on the bus. I thought that was legit. It ain't legit.
man. Eat if you on the bus if you want to. Now the bus drivers can stop. They can tell you. They can stop you from eating on the bus. They got ways to stop you, but it all depends on what bus driver, all that. But I say all this just to say I'm reevaluating life right now, and it's just different. It's just different thoughts in my head. But I've been recording a lot today. I'm about to get in here and see what she talking about. See what's up with it. What's up? But all right.